Hey there, I'm Miles-Mattingly, your host for the Minority Money Podcast. I'm glad you're here. You know why? Because this is the place you can come to get your weekly finance, family, and fitness motivation, not only to experience success in those areas for yourself, but also to help others in our community achieve greatness too. Super happy that you're on the show with me, so let's jump right in. Welcome back to the Minority Money Podcast. I am your host, Miles-Mattingly, where we are changing the complexion of wealth. I hope that you're having a great start to your year. This quarter is almost over. This is the last Monday of the quarter, and I hope that you were able to get everything done that you wanted to accomplish in the first quarter of the year. If you're like me, it snuck up on us. It snuck up on me like no one's business. Next thing you know, I'm looking at the calendar, and this Friday, or this week, the month will be over. The quarter will end, and we'll have a new quarter starting. April will be coming in, and everything will be changing. So just thinking about that and thinking about as the seasons change and as we are in spring right now, if you haven't had a chance to look at what we're doing here at Gen Next Wealth, we have a Spring Clean Your Finances boot camp. This is going to be a 6-month boot camp. We're going to dive into your finances in a group coach setting. So we've never done group coaching before. We wanted to open this up because we have been getting questions about group coaching. So we said, you know what, we're going to do something for the people that have been requesting this. So what we're doing is it's going to be 4 group coaching sessions. You're going to get 2 one-on-one sessions with me, and then you get access to our award-winning software for 12 months. Now, with this software, this is going to track some of the key components of your financial life so that we can make sure that you are on track. So if you haven't had a chance to yet, make sure you look into our Spring Cleaning Your Finances boot camp that we're running. You can get all of the information for that on our show notes. So it'll also be in the show notes. And if you haven't had a chance to follow us on social media, you will be able to see all of this on our Facebook page, also on our Instagram page. That's Minority Money Podcast on both of those. So if you haven't had a chance, telling you, you don't want to miss this. It's going to be jam-packed with great information. We're going to talk money mindset. We're going to talk about how to manage debt. We're going to talk about how to accumulate wealth. We're going to be talking about some fun things. So I will see you on the inside of that program. If you haven't already registered, registration is running until the 14th of April. It'll be over on the 14th of April. So registration is coming up pretty quick, and we're going to close that down. So if you haven't had a chance, I'm telling you now, you don't want to miss this. This is something that I think if you're looking for financial information or a way to spring clean your finances or get a head start, this is where you want to go. So see you on the inside there with the Spring Cleaning Your Finances boot camp. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff that I was working on, and I just finished a book. I don't know if you or have a habit of reading or trying to make it a habit, but one of the books that I was reading a book called 7.5 Lessons About the Brain, and it was an absolutely incredible book. I don't know if you are much into neuroscience, neurology, and I would highly recommend that you read it just because it gives you some fun things to know about your brain. There's one concept throughout the book that I want to share with you is talking about body budgeting, and they talk about the brain's function in the body's ability to budget what you're going to do. So I think it's incredible. And one book that I'm going to start reading next month is going to be Attention Span. So attention span is something that I don't know if you are like me, but distractions happen all the time. Every time your phone rings, every time someone sends you a message or someone comments on something on social media, it takes you away from what you were trying to accomplish. And I've been working through this on how to remove obstacles and remove distractions. And so today's episode is going to be about removing distractions and removing those obstacles, right? Because you think about the race that we're running in life and what we're trying to accomplish. And sometimes we place obstacles in front of ourselves on accident and don't even realize that these things are the very things that are in the way of the things that we want to accomplish the most. And so with that, we're going to jump into the episode. We're going to talk about removing obstacles from your life. And you've heard me talk about this before. You've heard me talk about it as it pertains to lifting or working out, because I think that's one of the things that People know that that's something that they need to do. People enjoy working out. When you do work out, it releases, chemicals in your brain to make your mood change. It actually kickstarts your metabolism. There's so many benefits from working out. However, we have so many obstacles that get in our way of doing this, right? And so one thing I wanted to talk about was when you think about the obstacles that you have before you get ready to go to the gym. I'm a morning person. I like to work out in the morning. So I try to get everything that I want to get done within the first 5 hours of the day. So when I hit the ground, when I hit the bed, hit the ground out of the bed, I already know everything that I want to do is going to be set up so I don't have any obstacles getting in my way to accomplish my goal. And so my goal is to make sure that I work out on a daily basis. I have seen that when I'm working out and I'm consistent with it, I know that consistency is life's cheat code. That's another episode that we had. Consistency is life's cheat code. If you have not had a chance to listen to that, go back and listen to that. But consistency is life's cheat code. So one of the obstacles that we have when we wake up in the morning is not wanting to get up, right? So you go to sleep the day before, and preparation is always the key to being successful. So if you want to do this, if you want to make a habit of working out in the morning or whatever it is, we're just going to use this as an example for working out. So what I do when I get ready to work out, because I struggled with this for so long. So I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this easier for myself? So one of the things I do is I make sure that I get everything ready the night before. I'm talking everything. So I will get the water bottle that I'm going to take to the gym in the morning. I'll have that sitting out. The thing that I'm going to put my pre-workout in, I put that in the kitchen already. Then after I get that done, I go into my room and I pick out my gym clothes for the next day. So I always lay out my clothes. Okay. So whatever I'm going to wear, shorts, tights, sweats, whatever. I have all of that stuff laid out, sitting right there with my shoes, socks, everything. So all I have to do is get out of the bed and grab the stuff that I need. Now, when I was first starting, I was struggling with being a morning person. A morning person, I think, is a decision, right? You have to make that decision the night before. Once again, removing the obstacles. If you're tired, that becomes an obstacle because you didn't prepare. Remove the obstacle. So go to bed earlier. So I went to bed earlier, but when I was first starting out, what I had done was I had made my pre-workout and then put it next to my bed. Now, I don't take a crazy pre-workout. May have like 100 milligrams of caffeine. I don't like to take a whole bunch of caffeine, so I don't want to get the jitters and whatnot. So what I would do is my alarm would go off, and I know when the alarm goes off, a lot of people like to hit the snooze button. I'm one of those people. So I was hitting the snooze button and then falling back asleep, trying to get up at 5 in the morning, and then falling back asleep, waking up, 6:30, too late to go to the gym at that point, can't do anything. And now mentally, I'm already upset with myself because I knew I wanted to go work out. And now I've given myself another obstacle. So what I did was I put the pre-workout next to my bed. So I wake up when the alarm went off, took my drink of my pre-workout, like finished the whole thing, set it back down, empty cup, laid back down. And within 10 minutes, the pre-workout said, well, I guess you're getting up now because you're not going to go back to sleep. That was me removing an obstacle. Then when I got up, I didn't have to worry about getting my clothes because my clothes were already sitting out, right? So now I just get dressed, put on my clothes. Now I'm going into the kitchen. When I go into the kitchen, I needed to get my water for the gym and I needed to get my I already had my pre-workout. In one of the examples, I said I put my pre-workout over there, but this time I'd already taken my pre-workout. Now all I got to do is fill my water bottle up, put it in my bag, which I have my bag laying out, and then I'm off to the gym. I have been more consistent by removing the obstacles of being tired, of not having my clothes ready, of not having my gym stuff ready. And I have been able to remove those obstacles. Now, I'm saying this to you because what obstacles are in the way of things that you want to accomplish? What things do you need to remove so that you can accomplish the goals that you have set for yourself? I don't care if it's buying a home. Let's think about that. If buying a home is like your goal, what is the biggest obstacle? A lot of times, the two things that it is. It's usually going to be credit or having enough savings. And I'll say even more important, I'll say having savings probably is the number one reason why people have to delay purchasing a home because you have not removed the obstacle of having a down payment. And so how do you do that? How do you set that up? How do you make sure that you don't get in your own way when you're trying to purchase a home? One of the things that I would say is definitely making sure that you have some type of systematic savings set up already. What do I mean by that? Every month you get paid. We talked about this on your 401ks. We've talked about this in other episodes about how to save money, but it's often talked about and seldom ever done. So if you're listening to this episode right now and one of your goals is to buy a house or one of your goals is to start saving, hit pause on the episode. Go log into your online banking, wherever it is, and set up that systematic transfer so you can start saving money so you can accomplish the goals that you have. Stop right now. We'll wait for you to make sure that you set that up. And it's not about the amount, okay? It is not about the amount. It's about the activity. So let's make sure that we do that. The other thing that I don't want to say is if you're trying to lose weight, I always throw this in there because I think losing weight, working out, purchasing a home, those are all things that we all try to do. And when it comes down to purchasing a new or losing weight, I don't know about you, but potato chips like, Doritos, Cheetos, man, it Lay's potato chips in general, tortilla chips with salsa. I mean, all of those chips are my obstacles in my weight loss journey. Because if I can have some chips and salsa, then I'm gonna have chips and salsa. I don't care if it has carbs. I'm gonna eat that. How I remove that obstacle is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. We did it for like a month where we just stopped buying chips. Now, this was excruciating, but what I did was I had to find a way to motivate myself so that, I mean, I knew I was never going to eat chips. I mean, I wasn't going to eat chips again. I was going to eventually eat them again, but I needed to remove this for this current time to help me hit the goal that I had to hit. Okay. It was only for a moment in time. So we did this for a month. No chips for a month. Went grocery shopping, didn't buy any chips. Okay. Didn't buy any of the snack food that we wanted, right? Didn't do any of those things that we would normally do because the obstacle was in the way of losing weight. And there was no way that we were going to lose weight if we continued with the snack habit that we had. So we had to remove that. When it comes to investing money, it's another one of those habits. It's another one of those obstacles. And the biggest obstacle most of the time is people's, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to start. I don't know how to do this. And if I don't know, or I'm scared, or I don't know where to, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what I should actually invest in. I don't know any of that. I'm not giving you a recommendation on this because I don't think it's a recommendation, but all you have to do, one of the things you can do is get into an index fund. You don't necessarily need a financial advisor or need anyone to tell you about an index fund. It's going to be something, hopefully it's tied to the S&P 500. That is the easiest one. It's the one that people talk about the most. And then that obstacle is removed. Keep it simple. When you are just starting, just keep it simple. If you feel like you need more help because you have amassed assets higher than you feel comfortable of trying to invest at this point, then reach out to a professional. We'd love to help you here at Gen Next Wealth. You can also always look to us for help. If there's someone else that you're working with or that you're interested in working with, then look for them. But I'm telling you now, remove that obstacle, remove that excuse. And one of the big things that I want to talk about, not big, but big things, but just things that I want to make sure that I mention as we're trying to remove obstacles. How do you remove obstacles from spending time with your family? I think this one hits home for me. Like we got to be intentional about the time that we spend with the people that we love the most. And I think how you do that is planning, right? You don't plan to fail, you fail to plan. So when you plan those activities with family, you can remove the obstacles that are keeping you from spending that quality time with the people you love the most. Don't plan to fail, you fail to plan. So plan all of those things. Whether it's coming to your finances, make sure we put together a plan to remove the obstacles. Whether it's coming in with purchasing a home, have a plan. If you're going to invest some money, have some plans. If you're looking to spend that time with your family, once again, have a plan. Remove the obstacles and go out and live your best life. That's it for us today over at Minority Money. As you know, I am your host, Miles-Mattingly. Until next time, we are changing the complexion of wealth. Another great show down, but it doesn't have to stop there. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on whatever podcast app you're listening on now and give it a good rating, would you? If you feel really connected to the podcast, which I hope you do, find our Facebook community, Minority Money VIP. to support and be supported by others just like you. And again, we're glad to have you. While this podcast is meant to inspire and motivate you to live your best life, it can't be your complete one-stop shop. I know. That really sucks. But I don't know anything about your specific situation. So please reach out to an attorney or a CPA, or you can reach out to me, a financial planner, to help you with your specific situation. To get a hold of us, please reach us at fan@Minority Money Podcast. That's FAN @Minority Money Podcast, so we can get to know you there. Thanks for being here, and until next time.